Look ahead to that Helen Griffiths Memorial Cricket match coming up on Bank Holiday Sunday. Hopefully you can get along and support that throughout the day. 2 games happening, one at 10, one at 1, live music, lots of food and drink, and some brilliant fundraising for that as well. Let's move on to the football now. Tottenham 1-0 up, by the way. Pedro Porro scoring, and we've absolutely... Well, we haven't seen the ball come out the Leicester half, to be honest, in the first 42 minutes. So I think it's been quite Tottenham dominating. Solanke should have scored as well. Leicester not looking great, but we'll maybe have a look at the Premier League results in just a sec, because tomorrow is the opening night of the Pembrokeshire Football League season, isn't it? Could actually be a bit weather impacted, Gordon. You said it's absolutely hammering it down in Pembrokeshire at the moment, isn't it? So it could be some slightly wet pitches.
Glorious sunshine tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's how it works in Pembrokeshire. We have a day of rain and then we have glorious sunshine the following day. So Pembrokeshire football will be bathed in wall-to-wall sunshine in the evening for the opening games of the Pembrokeshire League Football League Division 1 season.
How do we feel about it being a Tuesday night? I know it's tradition,
They've
but
done it for years. Yeah. They've always played a few games at the beginning before they start the first Saturday in September, just in case there's some games that are called off for rain.
It's a necessary evil when you look at the backlog we have every year, isn't it? It has to be done, to be fair.
Does it take the edge off it a bit, off the opening day, with it being on a Tuesday?
I wouldn't say so.
No, you're happy with that?
No. You get quite a lot of chaos in midweek as well. So it's the only issue is, and we go through this every year, and it is obviously you've got maybe boys still involved in cricket and they do have to double up, and it can sometimes impact selection and things like that, especially this year, because if you didn't realise, there's games on Bank Holiday Monday.
Well, I was going to say, this year it's going to be even more interesting, isn't it? You've got opening night of the football, double cricket over the bank holiday, football again next week probably. So there's going to be some interesting, maybe some fitness issues over the first
If you're working like down in Tenby and you've got to get to Tish by 6 o'clock, that would be interesting.
That's a serious thing as well, isn't it? Yeah, there will be guys working who will need to get to games on time. Also got the issue of the sin bins, which we've spoken about quite a bit on the show. They start for the first time tomorrow, don't they?
Well, I did in the first hour interview with Ian Baker. You noticed they did joke about that during the Jubilee Cup. I said we were here to see the Senior Cup champions and Division 1 winners, but what we were really there to see was a sin bin. And unfortunately, Sean Jenkins, a very good referee, didn't have to issue one because we were all intrigued to see how it would go down. But none came out yet, so we'll have to wait till Tuesday and see what happens there.
Well, there is some quite heated discussion going on Marty Jones' Facebook at the moment as well. Marty joined us on the show a couple of weeks ago to talk about the sin bin, and he has posted about it. And I think he might well have sin binned a few people who've commented on his Facebook this evening. So
he does like a Facebook post.
He does. But I think, there's some good banter going on ahead of the opening night. Let's have a look at the fixtures, shall we? And maybe predict some scores, but also, if you wanted to, you could predict where the first sin bin might come if you're feeling brave enough, chaps. Let's start, shall we, with Goodwick United against Carew. And Goodwick, of course, won, didn't they, the Jubilee Cup on Friday night against the Senior Cup winners, Clarbeston Road. 3-2, sounded a good game. How do you expect them to go this season, and how do you think they'll go at home to Carew tomorrow?
I think they'll win to start the season. They're off there, especially, again, as we say, Carew's cricket commitments may well impact. They've got huge games, obviously, Saturday and Monday. Perhaps sore heads Tuesday as well, depending on how things work out. But look, I was at the Jubilee Cup Friday. It wasn't thoroughly convincing from Goodwick. I will say that. They won 3-2. Manager Chris Sullen wouldn't have been totally satisfied. They controlled large parts of the first half, then seemed to lack control in the second half, actually conceded an equaliser, another free header to chick in there, Matthew Davis, again,
similar as the Senior Cup final.
Exactly. And then at 3-1 up, seemed to be cruising. Conceded a poor goal, really. Actually, Nick Jones with an excellent game. Otherwise, came out for a corner, didn't claim it. So it was a performance which lacked their usual precision and control. I will say that Clarby, of course, fights so hard, and they've got no shortage of quality as well, and would always hang in there, and did so as well. So it was, a run out for both sides. It's hard to gauge pre-season. But I wouldn't have said it was thoroughly convincing. But there was, I will say, a nice moment. Rhys Jones sending, of course, Mansell, the keeper, the wrong way, having had that late penalty saved in the Senior Cup final. Mansell went the same way. Jones went the other one. He did admit afterwards he'd already made his mind ready to go. And there was a look afterwards which just said, "That's for you, son." So, all right. So no, it was a nice moment. But okay, I go a Goodwick win. Oh, sorry, Gord, over to you.
Yeah.
Score, Fraser?
3-1.
3-1. Okay. Tom, have you got a pen and paper? You making a note? Because I am as well. So
I
Right, I'll
hate
make
these
some
score
notes.
predictions.
yeah. Gordon Thomas.
Yeah, I can't see any way that Goodwick will lose at home against Carew. As I say, there's a few Carew cricketers got more important things to do at the weekend than worry about Goodwick. I think Goodwick will win 4 or 5-1.
5-1. Okay, yeah, and for me, Goodwick 4, Carew 0 will be my prediction for tomorrow. Hakin United versus Merlin's Bridge. Gordon, go on, kick us off.
Well, that game's been switched. It was originally at Merlin's Bridge, but unfortunately they couldn't get the 4G pitch. It had already been booked, so they're going down the Orbs. Interesting one. Both sides will be wanting to get the season off to a good start. Scott Davis is back at the helm. He was the last manager to win the title with Hakin United. He'll be hoping he can repeat that this season and wipe away the smiles of Goodwick. There's a long way to go. He's got to get a team to beat the Bridge on Tuesday evening. I think he will do it, and I'll go for a 3-1 scoreline to the Vikings.
Okay, Fraser.
I'm an ex-Bridge player, so they'll love me.
Yeah, 2-0 Hakin for me. I expect them to be a lot stronger this season. Like I said, they seem in a lot better place. Justin Harding, look, he took on a very difficult job. He had the guts to stand up and do it. It was always going to be a transitional season. Scott Davis has come back this year. They look a lot more solid. Their squad looks more solid. Of course, Skinny will be more available this year, which could boost them as well.
Yeah.
I expect them to challenge Goodwick a lot harder this year, and I think they'll win. They'll go for 2-0. I think they'll win on Tuesday too.
Yeah, okay. Hakin 2, Merlin's Bridge 1 for me. Kilgetty v Penna Robbins. Fraser.
Well, Pennar have strengthened a lot,
mate.
in the summer. I expect them to be maybe not even a dark horse, actually. I think there's expectation on them with the amount of players they've got. I mean, I will say them to win 3-1, but remember, a lot of those Pennar boys are involved in Pembroke Dock, and we've just spoken to Nick Daly there, and some could be playing cricket Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So the ones that are Barry, good luck getting out Tuesday, lads. But I would say Pennar Robbins. However, I think there could be a caveat that affects it, but certainly on paper, Pennar.
Score?
Yeah, I agree.
Score,
Okay.
Fraser?
3-1.
3-1 Kilgetty. Gordon?
I'll go for 3-0 Penna.
3-0 Penna, yeah, okay. And I'll go Kilgetty 0 Penna 4, I think, tomorrow. Next up, Milford United versus Haverfordwest. Gordon.
Well, that's a derby game, isn't it? That's going to be very interesting.
On the opening night, yeah. Could it be the first sin bin? Could that be in a local derby?
Yeah, possibly, because those boys know each other very well, and there'll be no shirking out of tackles in that particular game down in Marble Hall, that's for sure. Scott Reed playing for Milford United, old Herbie boy, striker.
Had implied he wasn't going to play this season, but I've heard that before, so we'll see.
I tell you, Scott Reed will probably play, mate.
Yeah.
He's a good finisher. Interesting. Home advantage always goes down well. I think Milford United might sneak it 2-1. But it wouldn't surprise me if Herbie won it, but I'm going to go with Milford United 2-1.
Okay. Phrase?
If anyone wins, it'll be Milford. We're all going the same way here, so I'll shake it up a bit, and I think we'll have a scrappy, sin bin affected 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw, and I'm going to go for goals galore in a local derby. Milford 4, Haverfordwest 3 will be mine. It's going to we're going to get goals tomorrow night, I think. I just think we will.
Yeah, sunny, it's dry.
Exactly.
Conducive to finding the back of the net.
Monkton Swifts versus Clarbeston Road.
Now then.
Fraser.
That is a tough one. Monkton,
yeah.
Disappointment of losing in the Winter Cannon final to Penna. Joey Lewis back as manager. We all know what he's done there before. It's a big test for Clarby this season. We've said that, isn't it? It's the test to see now where they can elevate themselves from being a team that's difficult to beat, that one can be consistent and have the consistency to challenge for a title. I think, again, they showed their strengths on Friday without being truly at their best. They had a few players missing, if at full strength, and I expect them to be. I think Clarby mature enough now to come through a fixture like that, and I'll say 2-1 to Clarby. But that will be one of the title ones of the night, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Good.
Yeah, it'll be close, that one. It could go either way. I'll go opposite to Fraser, and I'll go for a 2-1 win for my own mate Joe Lewis as he's back, Monkton.
Well, Clarbeston Road did push Goodwick, though, like you say, on Friday, didn't they?
I
So
don't push any side in that division. They got a good team.
I think
champions.
Boyd from winning the Senior Cup last season, I'll go 3-2 to Clarbeston Road. Final game tomorrow on the opening night, St Ishmael's versus Tenby. Go on, Gordon.
That's a tough one, isn't it? The Tenby boys going all the way down to Tish. Are they all going to be available? Who knows? Tish coming up from Division 2 last season. They'll be looking to get off to winning ways. So I'll go for a 3-1 win to Tenby.
3-1 Tenby. Fraser?
2-0 to Tenby, yeah. If Tish survive in the cricket on Saturday and Monday, good luck dragging them out by 6 o'clock Tuesday. No, I think Tenby will win that. I think it could be difficult. Tish, they're up there, so probably they'll prove us wrong.
All right, 3-0 Tenby, I'll go. Tom, I've made a note of these as well. I don't know if you've been keeping up.
I have got a note.
Yeah, okay. We should maybe post these up on the Pure West Facebook page, maybe tomorrow.
No, let's not.
On the opening night.
Nobody will talk to us down here again. Ben.
Yeah.
I think we should. And then
we've all got the
and everyone watching can post their predictions as well through tomorrow, and we'll see how we go. We should say as well that there are games in all the divisions over the next few days. There's Division 2 matches tomorrow: Fishguard against Loreni, Neyland v Broadhaven, Solva v Johnston. Division 2 games as well on Wednesday for Haykin reserves and Merlin's Bridge reserves, Moncton reserves and Camrose, and Narberth against Carew reserves. So for clubs up and down the county, it's a busy few days, this, isn't it? Getting ready for the new season and an exciting one. Tom, are you getting the boots on for Broadhaven?
I am getting the boots on for Broadhaven. I've even had a message to say, am I available?
Oh, I thought you had the message. Why haven't you been training?
Yeah.
Because he's in the Pure West studio all the time. That's right.
He's been on honeymoon since last season.
So playing this week, Tom, yeah? First team call up?
Potentially on Thursday, which I think will be the second.
Or are you going shopping with the wife? Come on, it's something.
But it's a toss-up between moving furniture for my mum and playing football.
Get your boots on, Tom.
Yeah,
Get your boots on. Yeah, well, listen, good luck to everybody in action, of course, over the next few days, and to all the clubs as well, getting the games on. Because it's also challenging for volunteers as well to actually put the games on, isn't it, midweek? Because people work and have jobs, have lives as well. So it is going to be a busy time. And we'll keep an eye to see where the first sin bin will come. There will be. Would you agree with me? There will be one tomorrow.
Oh, good God, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
good God,
100%.
yeah.
Okay, all right. It might come in that local derby. We shall see.
It'll be interesting to know who will be the first.
It'll be a bit of history.
Well, listen, we've got a few minutes left, and we're live right now. If anyone wants to make a comment and just say who the first sin bin's going to be, you can leave it in the comments. It will come up. We won't filter it.
Down in Pembrokeshire League football history.
I did have clarification on one thing on Friday. I did ask the referees as well. What would happen if a coach was, but in fact one was on Friday, booked for dissent, and they will just form a normal yellow and red card. They won't be sent to sit in their car for 10 minutes.
Okay.
It could be a member of the management team. That gets the first.
I'm trying to. Where we go? Who have we got?
Oh, have we got one coming in? Have we had Travis Jones?
Travis from Clarby.
Keep your head, Travis.
Okay, you could have the honour of being the first person to get in the sin bin. There we are. Haverfordwest County had a really good win.
You'll be happy about that, friend.
No, Haverfordwest County had a really good win, didn't they? At the death as well on Saturday. Owen Jones in the first minute of injury time after Ben Armand had scored for Haverfordwest on 73 minutes. Carnarvon equalised 2 minutes later. But there's some good scenes at the end, Gordon. Actually, I've seen the pictures that the players celebrating with the fans that made the journey. That was another good win, wasn't it?
Well, 2 wins in North Wales on the trot, 6 points away from home and sitting pretty at the top of the table. You can't get any better than that as a Bluebirds fan, team, player, whatever. Now, fair play, Tony Pennock must be over the moon. Ben Armand looks a very good signing. He scored on the first day of the season. He's been involved in all Haverfordwest goals. In the second game, he assisted and scored. So he looks a decent signing. We were talking about strikers at the beginning of the season. He looks to be in fine fettle. He's creating and scoring, and he's a big lad as well. And we needed that so that we can get the link between the players getting the ball into the box and him getting on the end of it. But it's only 2 games in. We mustn't get carried away. We've got Penny Bont at home in Carmarthen on Friday night. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in that game.
Actually, Fraser, as well, given they've made the journey to North Wales, come back with 6 points in those 2 games, which is a great start with that travelling. So going up the road to Carmarthen, having done those 2 journeys, it's probably helpful, really. They've done them, and they're at least a little bit closer this Friday night, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I mean, we've spoken really in the last, a little bit closer, see what you mean with the home game in Carmarthen, yes, but we've spoken in the last 2-3 years, haven't we, where they've come out and said this top 6 is a target. They haven't started particularly well, especially last year, and left themselves behind the 8 ball and played catch-up. Exactly. Now, if they can continue this, it's shaping up to be different. What they haven't had yet, when we talk about this top 6 finish, is their destiny in their own hands with a few weeks to go. Now, if they can beat Penrith on Friday, isn't if they beat that 9 points from 9, then suddenly they're right up there. And suddenly they are in control of their own destiny for the next few weeks at least, So, no, it's vitally important. It's such a cliche. It's vitally important to get off to a good start. But for Haverfordwest, I think it is in particular because they haven't been able to get over the line in terms of that finish when they've been playing catch-up in the last couple of years.
And as we've spoken before, Fraser, every game in that division is hard. It's not easy.
Of course, yeah.
And Haverfordwest have had their share of a little bit of luck in the last 2 games. They've worked for it. They deserved it. But in other occasions, it's gone against them.
But I think that'll probably please Pennock more in a way that the nature of the wins, they haven't been comfortable wins. They've been wins they've had to grind out and manage games, especially, So, no, that I think the nature of the way they've won, why you might not appreciate at the time when you're in injury time pressing for a winner, in hindsight, you're much more pleased to win them that way.
Exactly. And with new players as well coming into the team, to start with back-to-back wins is just what you would want from those 2 away games, no doubt about that. All right, listen, we need to go. Good luck, everyone playing tomorrow. There's been a few more names chucked out, I think, for who might be the first sin bin. I think Marty Jones, the ref, as well. This has also popped up on the comments as well. So good luck, Marty, and good luck to all the refs as well.
In there, I've seen his name.
We should have predicted the first ref, shouldn't we, to do a sin bin? But yeah,
I think Marty's favourite, isn't he?
We shall see. We have got to go. It is going to be the 2-hour takeover with Danny, Steve, and Dan on the way next on Pure West Radio. Good night.
Pure West Radio's It's a Knockout charity